Let's talk a little bit about stem cell research. I know this is something very important to you. There's a couple of competing bills in the Senate right now. One, the President says unequivocally he will veto. There's another one that you have authored that he said he will sign, and many Democrats have gone along with it as well. Very briefly, tell me, what is the difference between the two bills?
The difference is that my bill provides for federal funding for stem cell research that does not involve the destruction of a human embryo. And the reality, Tom, is that science can do that now. There's a stem cell line that was created. We shouldn't have used the word dead embryos. If you used embryo transplants, people would get it. The human body dies, but the organs are alive, the cells are alive, and we transplant them. Embryos can die, so you're no longer destroying a human embryo, and you can use the pluripotent cells to do other things. There are at least 2 or 3 other techniques that scientists have perfected that they're using that allow us to get past the culture wars, allow us to get past, you know, this division in America. So we have a bill that got 70 votes. I truly believe in the next couple of years this whole issue of stem cell research will not be as controversial because we will not be arguing about whether to change a long-standing federal policy, which is not to provide taxpayer dollars for anything which involves the destruction of a human embryo.
Because in addition to being able to use the embryos you were talking about, it also gives some money, I think, for research into adult stem cell research.
And actually, placenta and amniotic, and there's a little Minnesota twist there. The bill specifically says, look at those places in terms of where to place this. There's new research going on about pluripotent stem cells in amniotic and placenta. But 2 of the 3 stem cell banks in America are in Minnesota. Cord blood and bone marrow, and so my vision is a stem cell bank, 100,000 tissue samples of perhaps pluripotent stem cells in Minnesota. So there's a Minnesota angle to that. Bottom line is this, that the S5, the other bill, is going to get vetoed. The only way to get increased federal funding for embryonic stem cell research is through my bill. The House last year refused to take up a bill similar to that. I hope we put politics aside, get my bill passed, get it signed, and we can move the science forward without crossing a moral line.
And just so people are clear, the other bill that you say the President will veto, and the President has said he would veto, would allow research on viable embryos, and that is
those right. The full list of embryos which are in vitro fertilization clinics. But again, many embryos in those clinics are no longer, they're dead, naturally dead. You do not have to, we don't have to fight the culture wars here. And I see my bill as a third way, a common ground. I hope the House puts the partisan stuff aside and we get to move forward on my bill.